what it is, what it do. Shoulin4every's back here for you. It's time for a wake-up call. Foundational blacks, black Americans, we are going for what is ours. If you don't like it, that's your fault. We ain't worried about what you like. It's about justice. This country pay what is owed. If you came to this country after slavery, you also owe. You gotta get taxed, so just accept that. You can't go to Germany and act like you don't pay tax on them fucking reparations that are paid to the Jewish Holocaust victims. No, you're gonna pay for the black Holocaust victims. Simple as that. But I can't do it no better but to let Jason Black break it down.
Embarrassed. So when it's time to speak up, they don't speak up unless it's some nonsense. When you are informed about something, you speak louder, you project, you articulate, you're ready. When you are informed, you are ready. You don't sit there with your head down. You're ready. And I implore you and every other black male in America, it's not hard, get ready. That doesn't mean you have to become a religious zealot, and that doesn't mean you have to become a historical fanatic. To be informed so that you understand how these dynamics come into play in your daily life. So when someone to back, well, you know, Bernie don't back reparations, but you still need to vote for him. No. This is the crux of what we need. And this is this historical context, because the history is what got us here. And then everybody else around you is going to be like, you know what, that makes sense. That's why my life is where it is. What you're saying is what I identify with because I see how it fits like a puzzle piece into my life. Brother, when you do that, you don't have to induct people anymore. It inducts itself. The emergence of the black media and our overthrowing of the dead black media, that's proof positive. I'll let you have the last word.
All right, thanks for taking my call, Jason. Remember, black first.
Black first, brother, thank you very much for giving us a call here tonight. As black men, you want to be the smartest person in the room because other people will be looking to you for guidance. Other people are going to be looking to you for direction. Yourself to be a leader. Let me go ahead and get into biology right quick. Brothers, I know a lot of you have been ill-served because you were raised by single mothers. You didn't have a father in your life one day. I understand that. 75% of our black boys there are raised by single mammies. I get it, but you got to understand something. Regardless of that condition, people still look to you for leadership. Here's the unfair thing about it. They look to me to be a leader even if I ain't ready. Yes, by virtue of the very fact that you are a black male, people are looking to you for leadership. Your women and your children are looking to you for leadership. It's biological. It's biological. They're looking at you for leadership. And you need to understand that. So don't sell yourself short. They're looking at you for leadership. Get in a position intellectually to be able to lead. Get in a position intellectually to be able to lead them. They are already looking for your leadership. Let me get caller from 843. You're on live with the Black Channel.
Stevie, it's Tobias.
Tobias, what's on your mind, brother?
Man, a couple of things. First, I'll say a couple of things. First, I know people you talk Tom and Joyner, and the one thing that I've been trying to figure out is my greatest disappointment with him was, who is the great next radio personality he created? Because I know Casey Kasem built up Ryan Seacrest. And I just figured, I was like, okay, yeah, he made his money, all that stuff. But the dude's 70 years old. Who is the next Tom Joyner? Who is that guy that he built up? And I can't find that guy.
No, It's like Tyler Perry. They were here to get fed themselves. They weren't helping anybody else. Another thing, I was thinking about Tom Joyner earlier today. So Tom Joyner broadcast out of Dallas, Texas. Was Tom Joyner beating the drum and riding the rails and demanding a life sentence for Amber Geiger?
Hey, I'm tripping.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that. Tom Joyner broadcast out of Dallas, Texas. Was Tom Joyner riding the rails and demanding a life sentence for Amber Geiger for murdering Botham Jean right there in his damn city? Was he a never-ending flamethrower every time his microphone cranked up? Was he breathing fire about Amber Geiger when he turned on the microphone? And yet claiming he was broadcasting black people's interests? I'm asking a simple question to everybody tonight. Everybody. By the way. So no, Tom was just one of these old civil rights niggas. And if you all want to know why I've worked so hard to remove them from the playing field, it's because they were only out for themselves. So yeah, Tom, we took your block, we ran you up out the yard, and now you can go on all the cruises you want to, which is the only thing you have left to give. And you can go pretend to the rest of the folk who still bow down to you, that old, decrepit, failed generation. Y'all go off on the damn cruise ship. If I could put you all on the Titanic, I would. And send your asses, just push it off and let you go float wherever. And you let us take up the work that you were never qualified and never willing to do of building a vibrant black society. I'll let you have the last words, Bosh.
I'll say this also. All these black folks here who's like jumping up and down because Trump got impeached, he's not getting out of office, people. And he's not being removed from office. Hell, he's going to win again. And it's not whether he's going to win again, it's going to be by how much. All these black people here are not demanding anything from the Democrats because we know the Republicans don't get our vote. The Democrats need our vote, and they're so arrogant they still won't address our issues. And I ask people this: what makes Trump what makes him worse than Obama? Better than Obama? Worse than Obama? Because Obama didn't address black people, crapped on black people. He cut all these benefit government programs like Trump is. But it seems like black people, one, we're immature when it comes to stuff like children. But it's like we'd rather have a crap sandwich with a gold wrapper than a paper bag, but it's still a crap sandwich. I just think it's at the end. We are going to have to stop worrying about making white people mad and start caring about yourselves. Ourselves, that is. Because these other groups don't care about us. Because as someone who serves overseas in the military, they take care of themselves first. When these bases come overseas, Jason, they make sure they people get the majority of these jobs here. Anybody in the military also know that. They're not making sure we are good. They're making sure they are good first. We have to start saying that, hey, we are good first, second, and third, and worry about everybody else later. Because, I'm sorry, anybody but Trump means you get the same stuff as Trump. Because he ain't doing nothing for us, but at the same time, you can't say that if you never ask the black guy to do anything for us. Hey, black first.
Black first, brother. Thank you very much for giving this call here. That's why politics doesn't work for us right now. It doesn't work for us right now because we're making all of our decisions from a position of desperation as opposed to a position of inspiration. Let me get caller from 214. You're on live with Black Channel.
Oh, shit.
Jason Black, good evening.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Atlanta, Georgia, for now.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Daniel Lightly. Your moderator told me to call in. I've been on hold.
Okay.
I've been ready to call.
Okay, what's on your mind?
First, I just wanted to say, and I do know that it's been a very contentious, hot topic, but the situation with this assumption that Africa, I know this is not what you're discussing right now, but just rolling back to the callers, the Dominican Republic, that is not West Africa. And yourself, Professor Black Truth, and others within the space, these commentaries, Africans against Black America, that against That is just simply not the case. First off, the numbers are simply not there. The numbers are simply not there.
What numbers?
Yeah,
What numbers are simply not there? What are you talking about?
Actual people, demographics. Black immigrants are, I've heard 3%, but what I believe is no more than 10% of the black American population, just blacks in the United States. Africans do not identify themselves as Black Americans. No, they are not Black Americans. I was raised by two parents who made it very clear who Black American is in this country and what they have done, which is build this country through blood, sweat, tears, and breath.
Okay, can you hurry up and get to your point? I don't understand your point. What's your point?
I made my point. Africa is not against Black America.
Okay, actually, Africans have expressed nothing but contempt for us as a group. So what you're saying is statistically inaccurate.
Point blank period. All I do is listen to you. You and Professor Black.
It's got nothing to do with listening to me.
I go to work. I pay my bills. I listen to you.
Okay, show me the immigrant black community in America. Show me the immigrant black community in America that is trying to join with us. Show me where it is.
We need to do what? I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Show me the immigrant black community in America that is trying to join forces with descendants of slaves in America.
Have always been.
I said show me. No. I said show me.
At least, what do you mean show you? To even speak to Black Americans with the uppity, like a white girl accent, all the nonsense back and forth. There's nothing against Black Americans.
Okay, where are you originally from?
And do exactly what to Black Americans.
Where are you originally from?
So I grew up in Dallas.
No,
I grew up in Dallas.
No, I mean,
and I repeatedly state that.
No, I mean your family.
From West Africa.
Okay.
From West Africa.
Thank you. Thank you. So as I said, no, there is no African return. They don't have. Tell me where the immigration policy is in West Africa for us.
Not against you.
Okay, they're not for us. They're not for us.
Black America.
They're not for us.
What do you mean we're not for? We're not for. Please, you please provide evidence where African.
I already did that. The white daddy worship in Africa is outrageous. The white daddy worship in Africa is outrageous. The white daddy worship in Africa is outrageous. It is epidemic and outrageous. Now just be quiet. Be quiet, ma'am. Be quiet. Don't say anything else. You're done talking. The white daddy worship in Africa is endemic and outrageous. Skin bleaching as a cultural norm is epidemic and outrageous. The influx of Asians, French, British, Dutch, Russians, everybody except descendants of slaves have the doors thrown open for them.
What does that have to do with Black America?
Ma'am, be quiet. Ma'am, last time I'll say this and then I'm going to cut you. Be quiet.
Look at the colorism with it.
The epidemic amount of disdain that Native Africans as a group have harbored and executed against descendants of slaves in America is absolutely sickening. They have adopted every single tenet, every single sentiment, every single nuance of white supremacy they have adopted against us. When you go to the Somali community in Minnesota, they treat black people in America as the other. When you go to the Ethiopian communities in New York and the Nigerian communities in New York, they treat black people in America as an other. They that in Africa, and they treat us like that here. In Africa, the doors have been thrown open to non-black entities everywhere. They come and they go as they please. The French, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the Brits, the Russians, now the Chinese, the Asians, the Indians, East Indians. They come and they go as they please, and nobody is demanding that they jump through a bunch of hoops and fill out a bunch of paperwork, and you need 5 or 10 people to vouch for your presence, and you need a government official to sign off on whether or not you can be here. And there is an epidemic now of black Asian babies all over Africa. Because China has demanded, they're talking about China's infrastructure investment in Africa, but then you're not mentioning the fact that, by the way, the Chinese bring in Chinese workers to do the building and to do the investment. They bring over Chinese workers into Africa to do the building and the investment the same way that they did in the Bahamas when they built that resort there. They bring in a bunch of Chinese people to do that. That's what they do. It's epidemic. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. There is no Pan-African movement among Native Africans. The Pan-African movement is only being spoken about in one place, America, and to a lesser degree Britain, who got it from America. Nobody in Africa as a group, there is no Pan-African movement with the sole exception of Julius Malema. Peace be upon him.
Thank you.
With the sole exception of Julius Malema, there is no Pan-African movement on the African continent. There isn't one. The only place that folks start talking about Pan-Africanism is black folk in America. Nobody has ever been to Africa and seen people embracing you as brother and talking about we need to get this thing together internationally. Nobody does that. Julius Malema is facing headwinds in South Africa today. He's called an extremist. He's called an extremist in South Africa, people. Julius Malema is called an extremist in South Africa. So don't anybody over there try to hijack and claim like Julius Malema represents the majority. Julius Malema is called an extremist in South Africa. But he gets love
From America.
from black people in America, which is what keeps him afloat. He's got big support from us here and will continue to retain big support from us here. Absolutely he will. But he don't get this type of support where he is. Julius Malema has stated, I was reading an article today where he stated that he wants this to be one Africa, a united Africa with a single currency, hopefully a single language. But you don't see that. And by the way, in West Africa, Nigeria, Sudan, anywhere you want to name, show me where the Julius Malema of Nigeria is. Show me where the Julius Malema of the Sudan is. Show me where the Julius Malema of Ethiopia or Uganda is. With the possible exception of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is the only real exception I can think of. Show me where the Julius Malema is of Kenya. Show me the Julius Malema of Kenya. If you want to say that, oh, they're really for us and we just ain't thinking about it right and you ain't, they're with us. If If you want that to be the case, tell me where they are. All you got to do is say, Jason, there's a Julius Malema in Nigeria. Tell me where he's been at. What's he working at? What laws is he trying to get passed? Julius Malema is giving the Afrikaners fits down there in South Africa. Where the hell is the Julius Malema of Nigeria? And furthermore, where is the population of Nigeria demanding a Julius Malema? Because I can show you where the black fathers of Nigeria are trying to sign off their daughters to the first white man who walks up or the first Asian who walks up. Now, I can show you that. I can show that to you. But they don't come here to America demanding that we put together a Pan-African connection. My black folk in Harlem, you know I'm telling the truth. My black folk in the Twin Cities, St. Paul, Minneapolis, you know I'm telling the truth. My black people in Dallas, you know I'm telling the truth. Atlanta, you know I'm telling the truth. DC, you know I'm telling the truth. Los Angeles, you know I'm telling the truth. The entire state of Florida, I've been down to Miami. Don't you try to tell me a damn thing about Dominicans, Haitians, Puerto Ricans. I've been to Miami. Looks like Havana, Cuba down there, but they look at us native black folk like we're aliens. Don't try to tell me a damn thing when I'm sitting up here living it. I've been to Miami Beach, Fort Lauderdale. I've been up and down it. The Geechee Gullah spirit is waned. Don't try to tell me about these immigrants. These immigrants view us as an other. They view us as an other. You ain't gonna educate me about a damn thing when I'm walking the streets. I'm not gonna say the name of any streets. I probably should. But let me tell you, when you hit Interstate 95, okay, I said I wasn't gonna say it, but I guess I'm gonna say it. When you hit Interstate 95 in Florida, by the time you hit Fort Lauderdale, that's a wrap. By the time you hit Fort Lauderdale, that's a wrap. Y'all sitting up there in Jacksonville and Orlando and Tallahassee in a damn dream world. Come on down to that south area down there. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. They're walking around with their shorts and their sandals on, speaking Spanish. They ain't trying to link up with none of us. Can't barely get them to acknowledge your existence. But they smile at the white folk big. The construction sites down there, they smile at the white folk big. At the 5-star hotels down there. Oh, am I saying too much? At the 5-star hotels down there with the doormen, when the white folk come up, they smile at them big. Ain't smiling at me. They smile at them big. If there's anybody in Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, West Palm Beach, Miami Beach, the Keys, if I'm lying, you call me out on it right now. If I'm lying, you call me on it right now. Don't let me make another step. You call me on that right now if I'm lying. Anybody down there in Florida, if I'm lying right now, if y'all got some Pan-African community of Dominicans and Haitians and Puerto Ricans holding it down for you, you tell me right now where y'all got it kicking off like that, and I will be on the first thing with wings to come join you, because when I was there, I couldn't find it. When I was there, it wasn't there for me. So if I'm lying, you tell me where y'all hooking it up at so I can come join you. Because I got folks sitting up here telling me that the immigrants got it in for us and are waiting to hook up for us. And yet for some reason I can't find them. And I don't know anybody who has. For some reason your science fiction. Caller from 651, you're on live with the Black Channel.
Yo, this is Mr. Weir, man.
Where are you calling from, Mr. Weir?
You hear me? Oh, okay, I'm from Twin Cities, man. I hear what you're saying somewhat, man. But, man, as a whole, man, with the whole, like the American is called in, I felt like, dang, when you said, oh, you're not one of us, it's like, well, damn, like, are we just considering foundational Black Americans?
No, he said it. No. He said it. So clearly you ain't listening.
Okay, he did.
He said, you know what you all need to do?
Right.
You need to vote for Bernie Sanders. Why didn't you vote for Bernie Sanders? Why aren't you? You know, there are things he can do for y'all. He didn't say us.
He did. You're right.
Hang up the phone.
He did do that.
Hang up the phone. Click. Hang up the phone. Call back next week.
Man.
You're done. Jason, that was brutal. You're damn right. This ain't a moment for ADHD.
It ain't.
He literally has been sitting on hold now for an hour to tell me that he wasn't listening. Now he done slowed us down. Caller from 202, you're on live with the Black Channel.
B1 Salute, sir.
What's your name? Where you calling
Queen
from?
Mod girl calling from Black Central Command in the same state as you, sir, Louisiana.
All right, we're at Louisiana.
New Orleans.
Well, I won't hold it against you. What's on your mind?
Well, I gotta make clear, ADOS, FBA are delusion. And Black people are extremely delusional. And here's why. Those ideologies have Black people acting like children who have turned 35 fighting to remain in their parents' home. The reality is white folks don't want us here anymore, but we're begging for set-aside. The second point is...
Set-aside?
What you're saying is that's erroneous. That's erroneous, ma'am. What you're saying is just...
Excuse me?
This is the problem with New Orleans. What you're saying is absolutely factually erroneous. What you just said is illogical. What you said is no, we're not going to move on. I mean, by the way, she said something that's absolutely wrong and erroneous, and they said, oh, okay, well, let's move on. No, don't you want to get correct first? You just want to hold on to your ignorance and being wrong? You don't want to get corrected so you can actually be right?
Okay, go ahead and tell me where I was wrong, sir.
White supremacy is global. Did you not know that?
Yes, I do, sir.
Okay, so if you know that white supremacy is global, then tell me where you're gonna go other than America. If you ain't gonna do it here, where are you going?
We can go wherever we please.
Okay, I didn't ask you that. No, you're blowing yourself up. This is the type of ignorance I'm talking about. I asked you a question. Where? Tell me where. Do you not understand the English language? I know you're from New Orleans. Do you not understand the English language? Where are you gonna go?
If white supremacy
I just answered you. We can go to Africa. We go to Liberia.
Africa is a continent. Africa's a continent. Liberia, you can't get into Liberia. The immigrants are leaving Liberia. I opened the program talking about how the immigrants are leaving Liberia and coming to America. Did you not hear that?
Okay, can I answer your question, sir?
Whoa! The question is, did you not hear the opening of the program where we talked about how immigrants, 4,000 have left Liberia and just got the right to remain in the United States permanently, and you talking about going to Liberia and they're all trying to get out? Did you not hear that part?
Sir, yes, I did.
Okay, then what the hell are you talking about then?
First of all, sir, I'm a race war general, B1 Salute. Now,
congratulations. I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude. I don't know where you're a general of. I'm just a dude. I don't have any highfalutin titles.
Speaking for me.
I'm just a dude.
I'm speaking for me.
I don't recognize titles. I don't recognize titles here. Next subject.
Okay, so the question you asked, sir. Yes, I heard you say that in the opening of the program. But here's the thing. Liberians left America to go to Liberia. They are Black Americans. Descendants of Black Americans. Hello?
If you don't hurry up and get to a point.
Okay, I just answered your point about the Liberia thing. Now, can I go to
No, actually you didn't. You're just babbling. And this is why we don't get anything done, because the black people, when we sit down and have a discussion, Negroes who can't get attention for themselves just come up babbling to get attention. Oh, there's a microphone on? Oh, good. Well, let me tell you about the third eye that I had with Amin Ra. If we can go to Liberia, but they're kicking folk out of Liberia. Oh, okay, yeah, well, the next thing I wanted to say was that in the 15th year of our Lord of Desichi and Sosrus, this is why so many black men don't take black women seriously.
Man!
I know I usually talk about how black women don't take black men seriously. This is why we don't take conversations with a lot of black women seriously, because this pseudo-African intellectual thing, this is what the hell we're up against. You are totally divorced from the real world, that we can't even begin to have a discussion because you're at war with reality. We can't even begin to have a discussion. Being a descendant of slaves isn't something that you choose. It's something that you are. There is no discussion about it. There is no debate. You don't get to choose it any more than you get to choose being a female. It is what you are. The only question is what you're gonna do about it and where. Now, if you think you're going to fight, if you think that white supremacy's power is just extra strong in America, but it's somehow weaker in Africa, then get your ass on a plane and go prove it. But we all know that's a damn lie. We all know that's a lie. Their strength is equal. Their strength is equal around the world. So you're going to do it in America. If you don't do it in America, it doesn't matter, because you're not going to be more able to do it anywhere else. And you're sitting here make-believing that you can. We're going to go to Liberia. We should go to Liberia. Okay, then get off my phone and go to Liberia and get it cracking. Because you're on my phone criticizing other people, and you ain't going out and proving you can get it cracking somewhere else. Now,
I didn't criticize anyone, sir.
You said that ADOS and FBA are delusional.
Those are labels or groups, not people.
I just explained to you that being a descendant of slaves is not an opinion.
The group.
It's a lineage.
I didn't say people, though. I said the groups, the ideology.
One of those has two cornballs who claim it's a group. The other one claims it is only a lineage. So you're talking nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. My other point I wanted to make is...
Okay. Oh, my God.
Hello?
Do you have children?
I have one daughter. She's 2 years old, sir.
Jesus
Christ almighty. You've helped me find my religion. Amazing.
Okay. The other point is...
No, oh, my God. There is no other point. No, there is not.
No,
there is not.
No, there isn't.
Why not, sir?
Here's
I religiously support you. I've donated to you. I'm behind you all the way. There really is no argument.
Okay. You are arguing about... Okay. So, you are arguing... First of all, people think I'm being rude to folk right there. That's the only reason I haven't hung up on it before now. And please understand something. I am no respecter of persons. I do not... Let me say this as respectfully as I can. If you have contributed, because I don't know if you have or if you haven't. If you have, thank you for your support. And it doesn't matter to me. That's not because because I have no ego to inflate or offend. I don't live off of contributions. I'm the only person you've ever heard talk to you like this. Thanks if you did, but if you don't, meh. I don't live off of it, but if you did, that's cool. I guess. I don't ask for money. I don't ask for anything, but if you did, that's cool. But if you don't, we aight. For real.
What I would like to do is say some black empowerment things that are very important.
Okay, here's the problem. The problem is when you hand a lot of black folk a microphone, they want to start monologuing. You opened your comments by talking about ADOS and FBA were delusional. Then you started talking about we can go do what we need to do in Liberia. Okay?
We'll have to be able to qualify that point, though, and you won't allow me to do it, sir.
Ma'am, you should be able to sum up what the hell you mean in one sentence.
Yeah.
Where are you going with all this?
Okay. The point is, black people don't want to support white politicians, but we turn around and expect everything from them in terms of tangibles. Okay? And white people separated from European powers when they were tyrannical. They didn't sit around form some kind of descendants of the King's organization and wait. They separated and made their own way and destiny here in America by force. Power is taken by force. Separation is the only and best solution we must do for self. Adolf's waiting around for our tangibles to be embraced by outside people who are non-black will never manifest. They don't like us, they hate us. You know.
Okay, we get that. Now, what's your point?
And that was my point. It's nation time. We must separate by any means necessary.
Okay, no. Any means necessary is a slogan. How you gonna separate? Tell me exactly what we gonna do.
How? Process.
Well, separation, clear cut there. It's well defined. You stop depending mentally and physically on your enemy.
Okay, next.
Do for self, create your own economy.
Create your own economy. Where?
Yes.
Where?
Well, we can do it wherever we please.
Wherever
We can do it here. We can do it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Here's what I want for you to do, okay?
Hang
It's
up.
going to be very important for you. I want you to go back and I want you to listen to this phone call that you made, okay? I want you to go back and I want you to listen to it. And if you have anybody who works in real estate, you explain to them, get them to explain to you how you explain the procedure for acquiring something. Because you said you want to acquire something, but we can't depend on white folk to do it. Okay, tell me how we're going to acquire it. And then go back and listen to your responses. And I think you're going to see that there is a lot deficient. There literally is no thing.
But have I said anything wrong, sir?
Ma'am, yes.
That you disagree with?
Yes, you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You didn't say nothing.
I said what stuff with Carmichael said.
Ma'am,
Don't depend on the bourgeois,
you haven't said
the four-year elected officials.
Ma'am, you haven't said anything. To say anything. You keep talking about Europeans,
We have to
politicians.
organize and mobilize.
You keep using slogans, and that's exactly the problem. When a person doesn't know they use
I'm using
slogans.
language.
When a person doesn't know they use slogans, when they
Slogans.
do know, they actually say specific nouns.
How can I convey my point?
I
here?
don't think you can.
I respect it, and opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Be one, sir. Goodbye.
Well, it's better to have one than be one. Wait a minute, no. In any case, yeah, if you all want to know the real reason why it's difficult when black folk get together in a group, it's because somebody jumps up and they ain't really got a whole lot to say. But boy, they start talking because there's a working microphone nearby. There's a working microphone around, and boy, they're gonna start talking. She literally didn't say anything. That was my problem. I didn't have a problem with anything else. Okay, I gave you a moment to speak. Tell us what the plan is. I don't know. We need to do things. We need to organize. We need to stop depending on white politicians. We need to organize. Now, that's that democratic, empty word speak. You didn't actually say anything. We need to organize. listening right now who thought she was saying something, you are an Obama voter. You're the kind of person who would vote for Obama with Kamala Harris literally saying nothing to you. She didn't say anything, but it's going to get you to agree that she did, and she didn't say nothing. We need to go to Liberia. I opened the program talking about how folk in Liberia trying to get over here. Never mind, that's just me, right? Of course, that's just me. Caller from 803, you're on live with Black Channel. Fumbling with your phone.
Hello?
What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, at this time you're speaking to Chief Executive Officer Foster. At this time I am the Executive Officer presiding over the names, legal the brand for Mel Jaquan Foster. Sir, I've been listening to your program and I understand that you having difficulties of the people who call in, and I'm having the difficulties of listening to the people who call in of your show as well. But at this time, sir, I need to tell you, I understand that we speak
Mr.
about
CEO Foster, can you hold on for just a moment?
Yes, sir.
Can you hold on just a moment,
Yes, sir.
CEO Foster? Okay. Before I get started with this call, I think everybody listening can tell where this is gonna go. But you know what? I'm gonna actually let it go there. Mr. CEO Foster, before you say anything else, I only have one question, and then I'm gonna let you say whatever you want to say. Would you happen to be, by any chance, an adherent to the idea of status correction or incorporating yourself as an individual?
Yes, sir, I am. Corporation, yes, sir.
All right.
I'm corporate.
Okay, and you've done that, but you haven't done that for business purposes. You've done that for legal purposes, correct?
No, sir, not just legal, but economic.
Okay, yeah, but I'm talking about legally, though. That you believe that gives you that gives you legal protection or legal amnesty from certain laws?
No, sir. I move as in position and as executively within the corporation, the name, the brand, sir. Just like anybody else who
What does that mean?
As it means, sir, the name is just a identification or just, give you a placement of, it's a person who moves corporately, sir. I move corporately and privately. Yes, sir. I just want to speak on just...
I move corporately and privately. I asked you what does move corporately and privately mean. You haven't explained it yet. That's very disrespectful. I asked you a question. You're not answering it. What does move corporately mean?
Sir, I just want to explain about what you speaking on economic empowerment. That's all.
Okay.
I just want to get on task of...
I have a show, I have a broadcast, but go ahead. This sounds like some of that Jewish Moorish science temple stuff. But
No, sir. No. See, that's what I'm saying. You making assumptions.
I'm not making assumptions. I asked you a question and you didn't answer it. So I'm not making... I have to assume because you were asked a question and you refused to answer, so clearly you have something to hide. But that's okay. Why don't you go ahead and make your point?
Okay.
You have 10 seconds to make your point and I gotta move on.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Now, I understand you were speaking on about black empowerment and the economy of what is going on, but I'm just to the point, sir. When it's down to our amateur people and our genetic phenotype on a universal scale, like you said before, you speak on the subjects of white supremacy and other types of identification of the so-called descendants of slaves and our amateur people on a universal scale. I just want to speak on to the point where I think it's to the point where we don't have the adequate of warriors or people who at a level intellectually who can speak on that or to say of that energy what you pertain on to exude, because it's very hard to just on a level where
information of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection. If I may retain my liquids here for one moment, I'd like to continue the redundance of my quote-unquote intestinal tract, because to conclude on the issue of world domination would only circumcise the revelation that it reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
A waste is a terrible to mind. Brother, thank you very much for your call.
Yeah.
Usually I say please call us again, but thank you very much for your call.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
If you all want to know why it is I don't take phone calls, and people say, Jason, take some phone calls. If you all want to know why I don't take phone calls, if you all want to know why it's months in between taking phone calls and why Tariq and Professor Black Truth don't take them at all, if you want to know why, because I'm the only dumbass out here still taking phone calls. Just in case any of you were wondering. I know I shouldn't speak directly for other people like that, but by the way, if you all want to know why I don't do this, we've had what, maybe one or two sensible phone calls tonight, and the rest of them were just from way out east.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
And because I'm a glutton for punishment, caller from 779, you're up and back. You certainly couldn't do any worse. Welcome to the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
All right, Jason Black. My name is Zane. I'm from Chicago, and I'm just wondering, like, this is so much of a disappointment to hear all this. And these are typically older black people, and it just shows how dangerous we are as a people to why this stuff is happening. And this answers towards my question as a youth. And what I'm saying is what can I do as a youth to combat what the situation is going on? Because there's a lot of people, like you said previously, who are in college, who are in grade school, who, are not, they just talk about Bernie Sanders. They just use white supremacy talking points. And I literally had to debate with someone about this not too long ago about how serious and detrimental in the situation we are that economics is important for us. It's crazy and it's asinine.
Well, let me find out here first. How old are you?
I just turned 20.
Okay, well, you are a young cat. Brother, you got to understand that most black people are facing the world with coping mechanisms. Okay? They're not actually facing the world with strategies. They're facing the world with coping mechanisms. So you get a number of people who have grown up in systemic poverty, people who are in and out of prison. They're suffering the rigors of systemic oppression. And so a lot of them are not fully educated, some of them ain't fully literate. But I'm just saying, it's a situation where that's what's going on. So we're not just dealing with an educational effort, we're dealing with a building effort. And you've got to understand, a lot of these people are suffering under survival mechanisms, but they're also suffering under emotional insecurities as well. So whenever a microphone opens up, they just start talking. They know something is wrong, but they're unable to properly articulate exactly what it is. So for young people like yourself, those of you in your late teens, your early 20s, your late 20s, you gotta listen to what we do here and execute it. Don't be a talker, be a doer. I didn't come to the conclusions that I've come to because I was listening to someone else. I came to them because I went out into the real world. I tried to execute the philosophies I believed in and lived by them, and I didn't become cowardly to the point that when something didn't work, I tried to hold on to it like a religion and invoke cognitive dissonance. When you get out here in the real world and what people are telling you is true, get out here in the real world and say, I want to prosper and I'm going to live by this, and see what works and what doesn't, and don't be afraid to discard what doesn't, because you're you're encountering a lot of older black folk who have failed, and they are utterly beaten down and defeated. And you know that they're defeated because they are unwilling to let go of that which has failed. That's the problem. Understand that. They have been defeated. You don't want to be defeated. Not so young. But the first thing you have to do is recognize you're defeated when you stop facing the real world. When you start facing the world with coping mechanisms. When you do like the last caller and you prattle on, and he's talking about the essence of this and that. When you ask somebody a question and they can't give you a straightforward answer. Don't deceive yourself into thinking you were told something. You weren't told anything. Understand that. That's where you need to come from. And if I'm wrong or somebody else is wrong, go live it. If Jason Black is wrong about economics, then get your paper straight and then tell me how many problems you still have that you can't deal with. And if somebody else tells you politics is the answer, well, go get the politicians elected that you think you want, and then go tell me if you still have what problems you still have. And if you think that religion is the answer, study your religious text, whichever one you choose, or choose all of them. Learn them from stem to stern, live by it, and then tell me how many problems you still have. But don't talk about it, be about it. I'll let you have the last word.
Thank you, Jason. You've done a lot of great work, and there's a lot of other people, you know, who are around my age who listen to you, and we talk about you a lot. And the youth is really out here in Chicago are really, a lot of us are defeated, and a lot of us, you know, are, you know, just out of Wentworth. But continue doing the work. Thank you. Black first.
Well, you do the work up there. You're in Chicago. You do the work there, brother. Thank you very much for giving us a call. Sounds like he's having a lightsaber duel with Darth Maul back there, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds like the Force has awakened. Caller from 612. You're on live with Black Channel.
Hello, Jason. This is JR calling from Minneapolis. Thanks for taking my call.
JR from Minneapolis. What's on your mind, brother?
I wanted to call in to talk about the Democratic debate and how shameful I thought that was, and that I hope that all your listeners and everyone that has been caping to the Democratic Party, including the politics that says to vote down ballot. I saw on stage 7 candidates sit up there and say that they would rather give $2.2 trillion to illegal immigrants without any study, without any lobbying, without any discussion, ready to do it on day one. But they don't even want to entertain the thought of a full, robust reparations plan for Native Black Americans. So I would just like to say to any Democrats that are listening, who won't be getting my vote anymore, and that I think that your open borders policy that has been in effect for the last 60 years or so may well be up there with the benign neglect policy, may well be up there with the crack epidemic, and may well be up there with the white feminist hijacking affirmative action. So
remember what I taught you, though. I want you to remember what I taught you. Remember back in 2010, I told everybody white supremacy is about to start coming with their hands out. And by that, I meant with their fists up. Up until now, they wasn't putting their hands on us. Now they're going to start coming with their hands out. And right now, what you are seeing with the downfall of Kamala Harris, and remember, I predicted this a year ago and have been steadily repeating it. The black media has won. They have given up on the black vote, period. They're going to pay it lip service. But as far as winning this election, they're like, screw the black vote. Let's see if we can galvanize gays or those sympathetic to gays, illegals. Well, they can't vote. That's okay. We'll legalize them so they can. That's okay. We'll legalize them so they can. But right now, it is a full court press to completely replace that black vote. And your so-called friends are all coming with their hands out now, and they're raising their fists at you. That booty jackass, everybody was talking about, ooh, he for reparations. Because black folk are just so, most black folk are so easily gullible. Let's sit up here saying this crap.
Real gullible.
This guy was talking about he wanted black folk to get reparations, right? But then he's talking about how we need to give a path to citizenship for all these illegals. So you realize he can tell black folk, oh yeah, I'm for reparations for you, while legalizing illegals who will vote against reparations for us. So therefore it gives him the ability to make a promise to us that he will never have to keep. As if he could get elected.
Well,
but understand, the rest of them are going to say the same thing. Everybody doing that mess. Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Cory Booker, everybody who's saying that, they're telling us, oh yeah, we're for reparations, while never saying what reparations they're in favor of. But then turning around and saying they want to legalize all these illegals who will vote against reparations. So we get them in office so they can legalize illegals to stop reparations coming for us. And then we say, what the hell happened? We voted for you. You said you were for reparations. We never got it. So that's their way of running for office, claiming they're for it, and at the same time engineering a way that they will never have to do it. Talk about diabolical.
Well, the biggest slap in the face to black voters is the fact that when you look at the demographic change from 1960 to today, and I was listening to one of those black Latinos that called in that was trying to say that his grandfather marched with King or something like that. But when you look at the numbers, Latinos were only like 3.5% of the population back in 1960. And because of open borders that really took off after 1980, their population jumped from 3.5% in 1960 to 6.5% in 1980 to now well around 22%. So their biggest growth came in just like the last 40 years. And so with the Democrats, letting it be known that, hey, we don't want to talk about reparations to black Americans anymore. We got to get these immigrants in here. It lets you know how devious the plan is, because if you look at the Latino voting pattern over the last 10 years, more than half of the Latino men vote Republican, and about 70% of the women vote Democrat. So they got to bring in a really, really massive number to indoctrinate them into the ideology that they want to indoctrinate them into. And I think that if it was anything that let black Americans know that your time is coming to an end, it was that 6th Democratic debate. That was a 2.5-hour debate, and they mentioned black Americans. And that one time, they chose to skip the question and start fighting for 15 minutes over how and what they're going to do for illegal immigrants that are non-citizens. Yet, they want to tell you that if elected, after securing your vote, after securing their the pass and bringing another 10 million illegal immigrants, they might do a study that will take another 2 or 3 years. And after that study's done, they'll come back on the second term and say, well, we did the study. Now we need y'all to vote for us this one last time.
Oh, no. We need to do a study to determine if black people should get reparations. And after HR 40 is done, after we do the study, we're going to appoint a commission to examine the results of the study. And then the commission is going to ask for another study so that we can investigate what would be the best way to offer reparations to black people. At which time they'll figure out, well, after we determine, the best way to do it, we'll have another commission which will analyze the results of the second study. Do you realize they can hold us off the next 100 damn years on studies? But for gays, there's no study necessary for equality. Elizabeth Warren didn't demand a study for gays to get reparations because they couldn't get married. Oh, boo-hoo. And they're not asking for a study to determine if the Little Shell tribe should be accepted and recognized by the federal government. And they're not asking for a study for illegals who shouldn't even be on the soil. So you told us that Donald Trump needs to be impeached because no one's above the law, and yet illegal aliens are above the law, according to these people. But black folk damn sure ain't. So the worst thing we can do is sit up here and pretend that we support these people. Right now, they realize they've lost it. They are not going to talk crap about us publicly. They're going to give us lip service if we come up. But right now, their debates are centered on not bringing us up, which is why all the forums they have now, all the questions are pre-chosen to not bring us up anymore. We're not going to discuss black people anymore, because once you gotten scared, and now they're desperately going to try to cobble together and prop up some non-black voting bloc to compensate for the black vote that they can now see they are not going to be able to get. That's where they are right now. It's not just damage control, it's full-blown panic. We are winning. Right now, we need to keep our foot on the gas. What we are doing right now, the new black media is letting them know, oh, we heard what you said, all right, but here's the real crux of it, brother. It doesn't matter what they say now. We ain't listening to the bull. We're not listening to the bull jive no more. We don't want to hear any more talk. You can't give us a speech about reparations anymore. If you don't unask them tangibles, we ain't listening. So you can talk to us after you bring the tangibles. You don't need a damn study. You didn't need one for the Native Americans. You didn't need one for the Asians. You didn't need one for the Jews. You didn't need one for the gays. You didn't need one for the feminists. I'll be damned if you're going to tell us all of a sudden you need one for us. So they understand, brother. We're on code. They get it now. The message got through. If you don't believe me, tell me why Kamala Harris collapsed and gave up. If you don't believe me, tell me why Tom Joyner is getting off the air. If you don't believe me, tell me why Roland Martin's making a damn fool of himself walking around Ghana. If they didn't get the message, tell me why Barack Obama is picking up little black babies after he wouldn't touch a black kid for 12 years. Tell me why they're doing all these antics if the message ain't got through. The message has gotten through, and they're panicking, so they're just hoping to stall for time at this point. That's what the Trump impeachment's about. They know they can't really get him out of office, but they're hoping that they can galvanize Trump haters. Let's see if we can get them together. But right now they're just desperate, brother. They'll get back anybody and everybody to compensate for that black vote that they now can clearly see is not coming, because we're demanding tangibles, and they are demonstrating to us how dedicated to not giving tangibles they actually are. And brother, I love it. I love it. You know why? Because I would rather have an honest white supremacist. I'd rather have them be straight up booty jiggle ain't being honest enough. They need to be straight up and down. If you're not gonna give us tangibles, at least now you got the conversation is clear now. No more hoodwinking us and no more talking in circles. The terms of the discussion are clear. That we said tangibles and you said let's change the subject. Now we're clear on it, brother. This is like if somebody owed you money. If one of your friends got $2,000 from you, and 6 months later he ain't paid you back penny one. He been ducking and dodging. But then you went to Circle K and lo and behold, you done run into him. And he's talking about, I know what you're thinking. But dude, if you know what I'm thinking, you need to run my change. So
gotta take them down.
They know it's not a situation of discussion. They know. So now the terms are clear. They gonna do what they're gonna do, and unfortunately for them, we got an agenda now. We're gonna do what we're gonna do, and we're gonna see who bellies up to the bar and who just bellies up. I'll let you have the last word.
All right, thank you, Jason. I'd just like to lead the audience with this. The illegals that Jason is referring to, out of your pocket, they take $137 billion to $200 billion per year just to pay for those illegals, to give them all the benefits that your forefathers fought for. And now they're ready to get them a $2.2 trillion check if elected in 2020. I would just say to you black folks out there, just think about this next decade that we're going into, and the fact that over the next decade, $63 trillion to $70 trillion is going to be transferred from white boomers to millennials and the younger generation X white folks. And that also you're going to have like automation overtaking a lot of industries. We have a pending recession, and we also have expanded tax cuts coming from the right wing. So I just want you guys to think about that as you listen to brothers like Jason try to get you on code. I know you guys have your different views, but if there's one thing that is like a once-in-a-generation type of opportunity, I think that this opportunity to fight for reparations is that one opportunity. Otherwise, that racial gap for the black majority is not going to close, and you will find yourself as the new Native American extinct in another generation or two. And thanks for taking my call, Jason. Take it easy.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Understand, people, this is not a temporary thing. This is a jihad. This is our mission. This is generational. We have found our generational mission. And reparations isn't just economic, but it's going to start there. We'll start there. Caller from 347, you're on live with Black Channel.
Hello?
Yes, you're on live.
Hello? Oh, man, such an honor, man. Such an honor. This is the first time caller. My name is Raul from Brooklyn, New York. And, you know, I guess I'm a relatively new listener, so I just wanted to make a statement. Three statements to be exact, and then I'll get off the line. First is...
Make it, we're kind of short. We're kind of short on time, Raul, so can you just make it one statement? Because we're really short on time.
I wanted to say thank you. The second one is, I really kind of believe this from listeners, that you got some sort of agents calling in to kind of provoke you, because there's no way that these people could be that almost. I mean, you had one guy who was going Moorish, whatever he was going, and he had nothing to say. You know, you had the lady that was just completely lost. So I'm like, I'm really firmly starting to believe that it's people calling in just to provoke your nerves so you can be stressed out. And, you know, maybe, I don't know how that works, but it's just I cannot believe what I'm listening to.
I can.
Very short, man. Just thank you very much.
Brother, I mean, you seen, go down to the 125th Street. You'll see a bunch of defeated, babbling niggas down there. I'm sorry, I'm just saying, like, go to the corner. I mean, if you're in Brooklyn, up and down Ocean Avenue, Flatbush, Nordstrand. This is why y'all gotta have somebody who travels the country like this. I'm naming your streets over there in Brooklyn. You tell me if I'm lying. The Asian nail shop over there on Nordstrand. That's why I bought that billboard that I did at the corner of Nordstrand, right there up the street from that Asian hair supply shop where they beat the brakes off those black women, and then I think that's when they shut down. But then there's the other one they was lined up at.
Yeah.
So like I say, brother, I mean, if you think these people are fictional, I'm sorry. Flatbush, Nordstrand, 125th, Malcolm X, MLK, 110th. We can go down the list, brother. It's Amsterdam. No, I wish I could tell you this was fiction, but it's not. There's a bunch of defeated people who have receded into themselves and babbling their asses off.
Yeah, it's really sad. And, you know, these people sound like they're over the age of 30. You know, and that's the worst part about it. Shout out to the younger generation, especially the younger guys who called in and asked for the advice. I don't know if you're still listening, but don't waste your time arguing with these people, man, because it doesn't make any sense. You don't need to be debating these people. Like, you know, like you said earlier, man, it's about action. Take action, lead in your life, make sure you get your paper straight, and everything else is just everything else, because who wants to sit up there and argue with these people? Obviously, they're not taking the time to do research. They're just proving even more that there's no point of even rocking with them or trying to side with them or try to work with them. The guy from VR that he called, that was sick. You know what was wrong with this guy? Yeah, it just, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You know, I mean, just the complete, the unrealistic bull crap that was coming out of their mouth. I'm like, how could you call up and waste your time being on the line and to have something stupid that's dumb to say? You know, I just wanted to call and say thank you. That's my main statement. First time caller, relatively new listener, you got a new supporter, man. I ain't gonna hold you too long. Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving us a call here. Now, you have to understand, a lot of people are just defeated. But those of you listening here tonight, by and large, you are not. Welcome to the Haven of Intelligent Black Thought. Welcome to the black media. No, we throw sharp elbows. When we hear foolish things, we don't entertain it. We call it out like it is, and that's what we need in black society. I put a post up on Facebook earlier this week saying the problem in black society is that when we hear dumb stuff, instead of us shutting them down and saying, no, let's get back to something sensible, we sit there and say, wait a minute. I mean, I know it don't sound smart right now what they're saying, but let's see where this goes. It ain't going nowhere. Welcome to Intelligent Black Society. If you have not clicked the red subscribe button, roll with us. Click that red subscribe button now. And then click the yellow notification bell so you can be notified every week when we do this. This is what we do. If you want to know why presidential candidates are on the run, if you want to know why billionaires like Tom Steyer we're talking about, I know there's people out there saying cut the check. It's not people. It's black society and the black media. Caller from 832, you're on live with Black Channel.
I'm sorry, man. What's going on, Jason? This is your boy D from Houston.
D from Houston, what's on your mind?
Dorian, yeah. Hey, I'm gonna tell you first off, I'm not gonna keep you long. You killed the game because basically, I've been listening. I've been on for about 30 minutes. Everything that you said was everything I want to say. We need to stop with this bullshit about, excuse my language, this Mickey Mouse shit. We want to talk about Star Wars and everything. I don't get on. You know, the whole meat of the subject is getting these. If no politician is talking about reparations, their ass gets cut off by the neck, okay? Into that. We have nothing else to discuss but their reparations, you know? Like you said, cut the shit. And that's just it. You know, if you ain't talking about my money, like I want to expound on something you said, you know, it's just like about the streets. And I tell many of folks this, because I've had white folks that just cut me off and like, they don't want to talk to me no more because I'm like, shit. And I want to tell black folks, if you want to know what white folks said, if they're your friends or not, ask them about some reparations, okay? Anybody not talking about some reparations? I don't know.
You know, not just even reparations directly. Tangibles. I mean, you know this.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know this, brother. Just when you speak about tangibles, when we start talking about moving money, non-black people start clamming up on you. They start getting quiet. They start clamming up. They ain't got nothing to say. All of a sudden, they start whispering. So we're just talking about tangibles.
Yeah, and it is, brother. You know what the thing is? It seems like I just shrink. Excuse my language to the ladies. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I don't let that person use that language, but shit, let's get to the nitty gritty. Me and you from down south. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Man, when you talk about some tangibles, Negroes nuts shrink. Like, oh well, I don't deserve that money. You know, hell, that's my money. You know, it's just like, you know, man, you work for a living. And shit, if we talking, you know, somebody owe you some money, like you gave a perfect analogy earlier, you know, about the Circle K's up. You know, I'm assuming, you know, and it's the thing for reparations. If you owe me that money and I see you, you need to give me my money. You know, I'm gonna mention it. Even if I think you're just so, you know, low down and dog ass and rotten not to give me my money, I'm gonna mention it. You're gonna know every time you see me, you owe me. And that's what Black America act like they're scared of, is these damn white. Like, you scared of white folks like that. And we need our money. That's belong to us. That's when your baby is hungry, that's the money that's the food that belongs in your baby's belly. That's the money that belongs in your wife's pocket when she asks you, oh, wait, why can't you pay his bills about the furniture? I didn't mean to talk to her. I'm just going in, but go ahead, bro. I'm sorry, brother.
Well, thank you very much for giving us a call. ID, please do give us a call again. Absolutely, people. The discussion is about tangibles. I'm going to try to run through some calls here. I've got 36 people waiting right now. And it's probably going to cut you all off about 30 minutes here, but I'm going to try to get a few more calls in before we do. Some of the folk who've been waiting for a while, I got a caller here. You've been waiting for about an hour. Caller from 818. You're on live with Black Channel. Thank you for your patience.
Hello?
Yes, you're on live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Mike Taylor, and I'm from Los Angeles.
Mike from Los Angeles, California. Here we go. What's on your mind, Mike?
Well, brother, like you said, you can't choose being female. I didn't choose being in L.A. I'm 21 years old, and I've been through a lot of life, man. I've been listening to your channel for over a year, and life has just brought me to, you know, these type of topics, you know, like bring me to the conscious community and stuff like that. I've been to group homes. I've never been arrested. I have a clean record. I do security. But get to the point, man. Basically, I wanted to talk about how Marianne Williamson was talking about reparations, and I know we had a problem with the amounts and stuff like that. But I was just questioning why we didn't just, you know, try to get her going so we can at least get the cash flowing, and the amount will always be arguable, you know. But what did you think about that? Because I felt like she was at least saying something that, you know, white people don't talk about.
Yeah,
you know?
but here's the issue. Here's the issue. And Marianne Williamson is very glad that, you know, at least she dealt with reparations first. She was certainly in favor of it. But then she would go off and say a bunch of other this Oprah Winfrey existential, metaphysical, you know, transcendental stuff hooked up to it. So you have a candidate who they're talking about reparations, and then they talk about a bunch of other spiritual gobbledygook. So now your reparations candidate is also the candidate of some other things that are kind of logically sketchy. So you're lumping that in. Oh, I don't support reparations. All that, you know, metaphysical stuff she talks, that's reparations. So what I'm saying is I would only able to support her to the extent that I could, but then again, you know, it's basically a situation where it seems more like it's kind of predestined to self-sabotaging. Do you really have a serious candidate? Because once she starts mixing reparations, oh, I support reparations, and then all this, you know, metaphysical stuff on top of that, that's not message discipline. Mitt Romney and who was that? Harry Reid. You know, you got these people who are Mormons, but they didn't sit up here and hit you about the philosophy of the Book of Mormon. They left their spirituality completely out of it. And your candidate of reparations is mixing all that together. They wouldn't even let you bring up a discussion about their religion. They're just getting back to the issues. And in her case, yeah, she supports reparations to the extent that she does, and then here she brings in this other stuff. So what I'm saying is, yeah, she's favorable, but we need a better candidate than that.
Got it.
We can do better than that.
You know, yeah, we can weigh it out. You know, we really have to filter out who's for, you know, our people and who's not, you know, because whenever you speak reparations, you really can decipher, you know, who's for us and who's against us. You know, especially when they know the history and it's right there in front of them. They just don't want to face the facts. But last word, brother. You know, you really understand our people, man. That's what I love about you, and I always listen to your channel, man. But I'm 21, man, and my mom, she barely was in my life. I can count her years in my life on one hand. And I was raised by my great-grandmother. She's defeated, man, and, you know, my grandpa was a father figure early in my life. He passed away. My actual father is unknown. And my great-grandma, she was abusive. She kicked me out at 13. That's how I ended up in group homes and stuff, man. But I tell you one thing, I've learned a lot from my experiences. And I'm down, but I'm not out. You know, I box and stuff. And
well, there's a lot of young black people out there. That when the crack epidemic hit, that crack hit California, and it did a lot. That crack hit the inner city, and it did a lot. In a lot of our major inner city areas, it did a lot, especially in California. And a lot of y'all were really left in a bad situation. Y'all, pretty much most of your generation is only one step away from a crackhead somewhere in your family, whether it's your mom, your dad, grandfather, or both, all the above, you know, and it was really, really tough. However, I have faith in you. I have faith in you that even though you were given dirt,
you can make some roses.
You got the ability to make gold out of it. I am convinced, I have faith in you to be able to do that. It will not be easy. You didn't have the proper example that you should have. But to be totally honest with you, brother, none of us did. I mean, even those of us from the best backgrounds, there's always going to be something missing. There was more missing from you than other people. But I've got faith in you. I've got faith in you to build this thing. We built the pyramids. You can certainly fix this. You can certainly fix this. And well, I didn't have a way. Brother, we're black men. We make a way. We don't ever have a way.
Right.
They're still trying to figure out how we did the pyramids. Nobody wrote that down for us to do. And since we didn't leave it to anybody else, they couldn't figure it out. So what that means is that we made a way, and nobody else has even been able to make one. This is what the hell we do. Whether it's rap, jazz, rap music was a creation of some black men in a basement with 2 damn turntables and some records. So don't tell me what we can't do. Too Short, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Compton's Most Wanted, they all became millionaires off of the trunk of a car and what they could do out of the trunk of a car. So, brother, I understand you got obstacles in your way. I understand you've had to deal with trials and tribulations. I understand you haven't had a family structure that would make it easy. But understand, you are a black man. Nothing is ever going to be easy for you because we do the impossible and just make it look easy. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Stay on your job. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Roy Jones Jr.
Yep.
You're watching them in their prime floating around the ring. That ain't easy to do. That takes a hell of a lot of work. Just make it look easy. Simone Biles, bug eyes and everything. What she does is not easy. That's a hell of a difficult thing. Just makes it. But she's so good at doing the impossible. She's so good she makes it look easy. That's what it means to be black. Being black means doing the impossible and being so damn good at it that it looks easy. Everybody else is looking at you like, did you see that? I mean, wow, it must be easy because you're doing it so effortlessly. No, it's called mastery. And mastery came from a hell of a lot of hard work. Things that would break other people don't break you. That's what it means to be black. Things that would break other people don't break you. Caller from 305 speaking about Florida. You're on live at the Black Channel.
How you doing, Mr. Fonte from Miami, Florida?
Devontae from Miami, what's on your mind, brother? Was I lying? Wait, but what you say? Was I lying about what I said about Southern Florida and the fact that there is no Pan-African sentiment among the black immigrants, be they from Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Africa? Because down there in, was that North Miami? North Miami has a very strong Haitian population. Am I wrong about that?
Not at all. That's why I wanted to call about it. Add on to. Yeah, I just wanted to add on just briefly about how, basically, me working in different jobs throughout the county of Miami, Florida, and just working with different people from different backgrounds, Hispanic and Haitian, Jamaican, and everything. And then, I noticed how a lot of Hispanics, for example, I'm start off with them. A lot of Hispanics, they like to, talk about how difficult or how much struggles they have, but really, you've been down here. You've seen how they have a whole economy of their own. They have their own businesses. They, put up their own homes. They put up everything that they own. And, they corner the market for only their people, whether they're, other immigrants from throughout the country or, just migrate over to the country. And, they corner the market. You use the apply or whatnot, you see a lot of people where it's like, you have a lot of people where it's like, on their application to say speak Spanish only or whatnot. And then, you got a lot of them trying to pretend that they are part of our struggle, but, I look at them, that they have their own thing. And working with some, Hispanics, I have a lot of them that say, customers or coworkers, they say they've been here for only 7 months. And then they say, how do I live in Miami without speaking Spanish? And that, which is amazing because I'm thinking, you got, I've been here born and raised. English was, the language of the land. So, that's funny how they pretty much try to. It feel like it's another country, especially if you go in certain parts of Miami. It feel like you in actual Cuba or any part of South America or whatnot. I work with Haitians and whatnot. A lot of them, I say what's up to a lot of them walking down the street. They look at me like I'm the ghost of Christmas past or whatnot. They treat you, like you say, in one of your broadcasts a while ago, you said you've been up to New York. A lot of them don't like to make eye contact. I go to a grocery store, I meet several of them. They won't, speak to me, but then I have a white customer right behind me. They, oh, hey, how you doing, So I just want to just touch on that, add on to how you said, a lot of them, don't like to associate with Black Americans or whatnot because they feel like they're a level above. They pretend to be a part of the struggle, but they protect the status quo because they understand the status quo, that they understand the racial hierarchy and where they belong. That person.
Well, thank you very much for giving us a call tonight, brother. Please do give us a call again. Let me get another call here from 305. You're on live with the Black Channel. Caller from 305, last try. You're on live. Wake up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, wow. Yeah. This is G from South Florida.
We're at in South Florida.
Generation.
We're at South Florida, G.
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. What's on your mind?
Fort Lauderdale. Yeah,
What else did she say, Brian?
I'm really thankful for a lot of this information and, things that you explained. It's very eye-opening for me.
Okay. What time is it
And I
now?
really appreciate what you're doing.
150.
Along with
150?
piggybacking off what he got from Miami. Yes, down in Miami, Dade County, it's like you have to know Spanish. It's like it is like a whole other country now. I have my sister that works down there as a teacher, and she just got finished, going into like a university, and it's like after she got out, it's like they cornered the market. It's like she can't get any work at all, and it's bottleneck.
Right, but here's the real thing though, brother. But are they trying to link up with you? Are they trying to unite with you? Because here's the thing. Among white Latinos, California, Florida, whatever, whether you speak the language or not, there is still going to be camaraderie. There is still going to be friendship. The ones who are bilingual and the ones who only speak Spanish or the ones who only speak English. As long as you are on code, they with you. Can you tell me where the code is to get on with these black immigrants?
The black immigrants? Well, I'll be honest with you. There is an older, more like a previous mindset of people that were coming in that had I would say like had blinders on, like a more colonized mindset where it was like, okay, you're going into this country and you have, African Americans, black people, and they're like this, they're like that, they're hostile. You have to stay away. There's, you know what I mean? So they'll be seeing things that the media shows versus people that versus the newer generation that's been assimilated, going to public schools, communing, immersed in a culture that come in with the eyes wide open. There are people, of first generation Haitian Americans or Haitian descendants that came to America that have the eyes wide open and they 100%, they're like straight up riders. Like me, for example. Like, I'm on code with it. So I keep it, I see it, I ride with it, and I just don't, fall for the bull drive. So, and I don't want to hold you because I know you have it's time sensitive.
Yes, let's wrap it up.
I would like to say that there are people that do fall through the cracks of the status quo, quote unquote. And truthfully, I feel like that's a lot of the times based off just them following a more primitive way of looking at things, more colonized way of looking at things. But I really appreciate you taking my call. Black first.
Black first, brother. Thank you very much for giving us a call here tonight. Like I say, people, I'm not guessing my way through this. Caller from 216. You're on live with the Black Channel. Caller
Yes, how you doing? Thanks for taking my
216.
call.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Eric. I'm calling from Cleveland, Ohio.
Eric from Cleveland. What's on your mind?
Yes, just a couple things. One, on the reparations topic, I am agreeing and I agree with your issue and your stance on it. My difficulty with it is how do we, my theory is the big wealth gap that we have is largely due to reparations. Can we get that bottom building that the Paul actually talked about? Can we get that economic base without reparations? That's my first question.
Yes.
And if we can, if we need reparations in order to get that economic base, then that puts us into the political realm. And basically, if we get to a standstill where politicians don't want to give us reparations, how are we going to acquire it then? If that's the key essential thing to get that economic base to be able to buy houses.
Put some pressure on you.
Okay, well, first of all,
How do we achieve?
Okay, first of all, like I say, black people do have enough economic ability to control the economics and the politics where they live. What we've been lacking is an agenda that prioritizes that. Now, we used to have it before civil rights told us that the agenda was integration and not economics. Now we're getting back to where we need to be because they had us sidetracked and distracted for 50 years. Now we're getting back around where we need to be. But yes, we do have the ability to establish an economic base on our own. In a lot of places in America, we have those underpinnings to be able to do that. We're certainly supporting the economy of Asian immigrants and Arab immigrants. So if you don't believe that we can support an economy, we're certainly supporting theirs just fine. We're supporting theirs just fine. So yeah, we could do it. As far as reparations is concerned, first and foremost, that's what we're owed. Regardless of everything else, that's what you